What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. Alright, it is Sunday, which means it's not a fun day, but a few disclaimer things before we start, and a few things have happened since the last episode. So, number one is we did use 5,100, I believe? Yes, gems on a defensive pet egg mega thing trying to get a legendary. Da-da-da-da! We didn't get shit. What we did get was, amazingly, I had Waldo, right? Which is 32% chance to heal your team when you get hit. So this is a tank pet. And I got Beans, 30% chance to shield your team when you get hit. So I got the two epic tank pets. Woo! Super useful for me, not. So that's number one. That sucked. 5,000 gems down the drain. Real son of a bitch, but what can you do? I do have obviously enough to get another one, which I would like to do, but I like to keep 1,600 gems on me at all times in case a legendary familiar pops up, and then that way, you know, I can grab him and everything. So if I spend another 5,100 now, I'm only going to have 190 gems, which means I won't have enough to bribe anything if it comes up. So we'll wait off and we'll wait for the next, you know, turn when these eggs come out, and maybe I'll try and do it on camera if I'm available. That's one thing out of the way. Second thing is I am now guild leader, as you can see here. Eagle and Scissors have moved on. They've gone to Chaos, and I am now guild leader of Iconic. So they have added all of the Iconic people, all the guild members from Iconic to their friends list, so we can still progress with them, using them, and everything is good. However, I am now the leader of this guild. So what that means is we have 2 spots open, and we've made it kind of a rule, like an unspoken rule between Eagle, Scissors, and I, and Siren, wherever he is, if he's online. No, he's not. That we are only going to accept level 200s plus, because we've taken on some other people recently. Where are we? Like 166, 170 something before, 109. And we're just accepting 200 pluses to help with Guild War and everything. So if you're watching this and you're level 200 plus, and you're looking for a guild, then, you know, let me know and we can maybe sort something out. For everyone that's not level 200, I'm sorry, but I've got to draw the line somewhere as guild leader, looking out for the guild, all the rest of it. So yeah, if you're above, congrats. If you're above level 200 and you would like to come into this guild, let me know. And there was a third thing, but I've forgotten what it is. I have completely forgotten what it is, so let's not worry about it. I'll probably remember it as we're going. Oh, that's what it is. Familiars. So I did talk on Thursday's episode, and I asked you guys what you would like me to fuse, and whether you wanted me to go for Wall or Romblio, or whether you wanted me to +5 Walkham instead, and if you wanted me to go for Gummy or Fatty. Now, the general consensus was Fatty out of the Gummy and Fatty, so that's fine. I'm happy to do that. I will farm up Yetis on my, you know, days that I'm not recording, and maybe we can even do it on a Thursday recording as well, capture rate day. And then there was kind of split between getting and +5ing Walkham. So what I think I might do is I might work towards +5ing Walkham first, because he's part of this. So if I fuse him now, well, you know, go towards fusing him now, I'm going to be spending a lot of times in these raids that I don't particularly need their fams, only, like anything from those raids, only to get them to fuse this guy. Whereas if I work towards getting Walkham, he's getting stronger and stronger each time, and then at the end I'm going to have +5 of him. I'm going to have him anyway to fuse Walgrr, if that makes any sense. So I think we'll work towards getting Walkham +5, which means that for the next few Thursdays we will be doing raid 2, looking for that ever elusive Driffin. So that is the plan. There's the few disclaimers out of the way. Now that that's done, let's get towards our raid, and we will go with raid 5, obviously, on heroic. And my team hasn't changed, even though these guys, Eagle has gone to Chaos, Dustwalker's always been in Chaos. I still have the same raid members and stuff, so let's do it. Actually, probably one more thing is, we are nearly full build, for the moment at least. So we've got max tier 8 everything, including Comet Fell, which is awesome. The only thing left is our offhand, and if we go to our equipment, we can see that I have upgraded this set piece which will give us 3 set, which will give us that gain full shields first time you drop below 50%, which will help us a lot survivability in raids and expeditions and whatever to come. It's just a kind of a cool set to have, a cool skill to have. So once I upgrade that one more time, it will overtake the Romflect, and then we'll just have to upgrade it another time after that to max it out. And I'm fairly close to actually getting that next upgrade. I think I only need like another legendary or 2 to exchange to get it. So yeah, every legendary I get, tier 8 legendary I get, I will obviously exchange, and we'll work towards maxing out that offhand, and then we'll have the 3 set with Comet Fell, which was kind of, before Expedition started, was kind of my plan in the first place. I've just noticed that Dustwalker has the same cosmetic as me at the moment, which is cool. I actually really like this cosmetic. I think it kind of suits the chicken mount as well. I've changed between the sword. I've got like, this is the Buster sword I think it's called, and then I've got like the flaming sword and stuff, but I actually quite like the way this looks. So I might stick with this, I'll see how I go, I'll see how I feel. But I might stick with this cosmetic for a while. I just think, you know, the kind of samurai on a chicken kind of looks cool. So yeah, until I get bored of it, we'll stick with that for a while. And then that way we can keep the kind of theming going, I guess, with the way we look at least. So yeah, Expeditions is finished. We do have enough from the rewards to fuse the fatty as far as bacon and all that's concerned. That's a weird sentence, isn't it? We have enough to fuse a fatty with the bacon. Which, to be fair, if you were going to make someone fat, bacon's probably a good start. But we have enough of all those materials. We just need I was going to say the fatties. It's not true. We need the Yetis to make the fatty, of which we have 0, and we need 5. I do have the 2 gems if we were going to make gummy, but we're making fatty instead. And so we will go and get those Yetis. I have been doing Dungeon 1, Zone 2 Dungeon 1, where Yeti is, Yeti's Fortress or whatever it's called, Yeti's Dungeon. And I've been doing that with all of my energy instead of going to world bosses or, you know, re-rolling them for raid shards and stuff. And he has come up for persuasion so far 6 times, and I have not gotten him once with gold. I am not spending any gems on him. He'll just come just by attrition. Eventually I will get 5 of him. This, whatever this thing's called, like I don't know. The names in this game are freaking stupid. But this guy, I was just doing a raid 5 the other day. I took a screenshot, but I don't know if it was on my phone or my iPad. Not sure. Either way, he came up for persuasion. So all the time we were going for Oxler, and that time we went for Bully, and the time we went for X4 Gombo and Captain Wombos and all that stuff, Captain Woodbeard, and none of them came up. And then we go to raid 5 to the blue pyramid that we do not need, and I already have one because I caught it with gold when it came up previously. It's the one that freaking the rare elusive mob that comes up for persuasion. So all those times trying to get Oxler, and he goes no, and then this son of a bitch just comes up and goes, yeah, I'll be your friend. And then I threw gold at him. He's like, you know what? I won't be your friend. Who throws money at people? That's rude. And he pissed off. I wasn't quite quick enough with my sack, trying to, you know, put him in a sack, along with all the badges. So, yeah, he got away. But we already have one of him. And as far as I know, his only fusion is with 3 of these. And he fuses into, like, a mega pyramid that does, like, stupid amounts of damage, but has, like, 1 HP. And is probably completely useless. But I guess if I think I have 2 pyramids. Maybe we'll check after this. I always get distracted talking about familiars while in a raid, because if I don't talk about anything, it would be a very boring video. But then I need to go double check what I'm saying is actually true. So let's do that right now. Close that. Open this. Oh shit! Do we have 8 raid shards now? Oh, that's fantastic. Good job. Wow, in Eagle and Scissors' last-ditch effort as co-leaders, they gave us 8 raid shards, which is an amazing thing. If we go fusion, and we go down to, here we go, what's his name? Svirnin, and then 3 Svirniks, of which I have 2, and then all this stuff. We can fuse Svirnal, and yeah, you can see there he has a bunch of a bunch of attack and a bunch of speed, 20% in power chance, but he has 91 stamina, so he would just go dunk and he's dead. So yeah, it's pretty useless, really. I mean, 1 hit and he's dead. He'd get like 1 attack off. So yeah. Anyway, we'll probably fuse him just for fun. Back to it. I don't think we'll get 8 8 raid 5s. Right? We did have 7 in previous, and I think I only did 3 because they take a while. So we'll just go to the the 20-ish minute mark and see how we go. But we usually get through 2 or 3. But yeah, they definitely take a lot longer than the raids on Thursday, sorry, for Capture Day. The other good thing about doing Walkham +5, at least initially, is he needs Driffin, which is raid 2, as we all know. And he also, the Walgadir, whatever it is, mythic, needs, I think it's the boss of this, raid 5, Zol, and Bully. And Bully is the elusive fam from raid 2. So while we're farming for Driffin, we could potentially get a Bully as well. So it's kind of like 2 in 1. So yeah, farming raid 2 on Thursday, the next few Thursdays, is probably going to be the case until we get a few Driffins at least. And then we'll see how we fare. We might turn, because Driffin, I think Driffin might be the only raid-specific fam we need. We'll double check that as well. If that's the case, rather than doing raid 2 every single Thursday and it will get a bit boring, maybe we'll swap, we'll do raid 2 1 week and then we'll do like, I'll save up all my energy and we'll do like a bunch of whatever the dungeon is that we need, like like 10 warty dungeons in a row or something, trying to get warty, see how many times he comes up for persuasion, that type of thing. Try and keep it fresh, rotate it. But yeah, we'll see. As I've gone through in previous videos, the only thing we need to make 2 more Walkhams is 2 Warfins, which is 2 Driffins and 2 Warties. So as soon as I get 2 Driffins, 2 Warties, we can make 2 Walkhams and +2 it. So that's pretty good. After that, it's going to take a while to get him to +3 because we're going to have to go through all the others. Well, hang on, let's think about it. There's Driffin, there's the double robots from raid 4, and is there another one? Raid specific. I can't even think of what the third. It's Velk, isn't it? I think it's Velk. Yeah, it is, which is Hobbit Feet. So it's Driffin and the duo robots from raid 4. They're the 2 raid specifics. Yeah. So once we get the 2 Driffins and the 2 Warties, we can make 2 Walkhams plus put them into the stable and +2 him. And then we'll have to go for another Driffin and another duo robot. But getting him to +2 initially will help. And then from there, maybe even at +2, we can afford to sacrifice 1 to the Mythic fam. Maybe then we can start hunting for the Mythic fam instead of making him +5. We just get into +2. I don't know. We'll see how we go. So all we're really looking for in here is pretty much any drop, right? It doesn't really matter what it is. If we get another Comet Fell, then we just exchange it, because what else are we going to do with it? If we get any of the set pieces, including the... well, actually, if we get the set weapon, that's the only set piece I don't have. Why is this taking forever to kill this guy? Just kill him. One-shot him. Almost. There we go. If I get the set weapon, I might keep it, just because I'll then have the 4 set if I ever wanted to go tank. But by then, I don't think I'm ever going to go tank. It's too much of an investment to change now. Can you help me with World Boss? in a bit. Recording at the moment. Just put that over there. Yeah, it's a massive investment, especially as free to play, to swap from DPS to tank or vice versa, because you have to change all of your runes, you have to change all of your enchants, you have to change your pet and your accessory and all that sort of stuff. So really getting the 4-piece, which is going to be good. Comet Fell, right? It's a mythic, you want that. Right? Well, let's take a look at the 4-piece and let's, toss up whether it would be worth it. I mean, I've invested in Comet Fell and I've maxed it, so I don't think I'm going to change anytime soon. What is the 4-piece again? Gain 15% reduced damage when HP was full, I think. So yeah, that's not for us. That's for a tank. So yeah, even if we get the set piece weapon, we'll just exchange everything. I think there's another mythic in here that's not Comet Fell. If we get that, we'll potentially look at what it is and maybe we can use that. I can't remember what it is. Again, I don't go trolling through forums and the wiki and all that looking for information and stuff. I just figure it out when things drop. So if there is another mythic in here, which I assume there is, that drops, let me know what it is and what slot it is, because if it's a helmet or a chest piece, then we can definitely use it, because their helmet and chest piece are just normal legendaries. There's nothing too fancy about them. So if a mythic drops, mythic head or something drops, like the Peeper from Expedition, which unfortunately we didn't get, we definitely could have replaced our helmet with that had it dropped, but it didn't. Even if it's a tank mythic, it's still like, it's going to be the same stats as the legendary we've got, plus some form of extra little thing. Even if it's plus 1% absorb chance, still 1% absorb chance we didn't have before. So yeah. And then the only other upgrades we'll probably get around to doing maybe is probably going to do maybe. That's a contradiction, but you know what I mean. Is the set pieces that drop from Trials and Gauntlet. Unfortunately, I still can't do 340, which is the set piece, tier 8 set piece, Trials and Gauntlet. I just don't have the accessory and pet to do so. Pets, well, accessories and pets, like legendaries, make a massive difference. I was really, obviously, hoping for a legendary pet, because my accessory isn't too bad. It's 18% fully upgraded Dual Strike, and Dual Strike's my favorite stat in this game, as I've probably mentioned millions of times by now. So I'm quite happy, well, I'm content enough with the accessory, but I've been wanting, I'm level 270 or something, and I've still just got a rare pet. Like, I need a new pet. Like, I deserve a new pet, the amount of time I put into this game. And yeah, I was really hoping for a legendary. So that didn't happen. Had that have happened, maybe we could have done 340. So hopefully next egg we open, we get that legendary pet, or at least the DPS epic pet. When I saw I got the epic pet, I was a bit shattered, because I'm like, fuck, there's so many gems for an epic pet. And then I hovered over it and I saw it was the tank one, and it was not a good feeling, considering I've got both of the tank epic pets that sucked ass, man. That was so shit. What was worse? Oh, okay, random tree. Havachi. Alright, well, we stuffed up. Tree doesn't like us either. We just threw pennies at him and he didn't like it. What was worse is... Oh, hang on. Let's get rid of these double robots, because they scare me. Do we have a spider pet? We do. Skadoosh. Die, you son of a bitch. Okay, good. What was worse is it was one of those big eggs, right? The 5,100 gems, as I've said. Guaranteed an epic pet. But guaranteed 5 pets, one of which is guaranteed to be epic. And I'm like, alright, so you think you're going to get some good shit out of it. I got the tank epic pet, as I mentioned, and then 4 greens. 4 commons. It was like the worst egg you could possibly get. Like, statistically, it was the worst egg I could have gotten. 4 commons, which is, it's the worst kind of thing, and a tank pet. Fuck, it was horrendous. It was the worst 5,100 gems anyone could have ever spent. Alright, let's do one more. Okay, so even on a non capture rate day, we got a tree wanting to be our friend. So that's better than some of the capture rate day vids we've had, where just no one wanted to be our friend. But we haven't got any loot yet. So the Sunday loot days are harder to be content with, because unless you get a legendary drop, you know, it's kind of like, well, I didn't get anything. So at least on the Thursday, as long as someone offers to be your friend, like, you feel like you've made some sort of success. So maybe we'll count that as a success for this as well. So yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, that set piece offhand, it's only one more upgrade until it becomes better than the offhand we have, and then we'll have the 3-piece set active, and then we just need to upgrade it one more time. But I think I only need about 70 Luminous Stones, about that. I think it's around there. So one exchange will give us roughly 50. And then we'll just need like another 20, which we'll either get from exchanging another legendary that we get, or just by picking up Luminous Stones by running around raid 5. So yeah. But I do raid 5 every day, apart from Thursday, which is obviously the item find day. So they'll come. And then there's also Gauntlet at the moment, or is it Trials at the moment? Gauntlet, I think. Whichever it is, obviously has a chance. And then usually there's World Boss as well. But as I mentioned, I'm using my energy to get those Yetis, or try to get those Yetis. Another tree. Here we go. Fail again. Boom! 2 failed trees. Yeah, trying to get those Yetis, but they don't like us very much, which is, it's a bit unfortunate. You think Yeti would really like chicken? Like, he'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll join you. And then, just sweet smell of chicken all day. But apparently not. Maybe he's a vegetarian Yeti. Alright, so we're coming to the close of our last raid for this video, and not much luck in the loot department, but 2 trees. Thought we were pretty cool. And what's life without friendship, right? You may not stay friends with them for long. It might only be literally 2 seconds, until you just panic and just throw your money at them and scar them with, shrapnel. But for those 2 seconds, it's pretty nice. I think I definitely have the 2 pyramids. I know that, as we saw before. I think I have at least one of the double robots as well. I think the tree's the only one that I've never got from raid 5. But I don't know of any schematic or fusion that's particularly good with the tree. Or I don't have it, at least. Like, I've gone through my fusions a few times trying to do a kind of plan in my head of what I want to make and what I'm aiming for and stuff. And I don't think I've ever got to the tree and being like, oh yeah, shit, I should really get a tree so I can do that. I don't think it's ever crossed my mind. So, it's no big loss. Alright, take these guys down. And it's boss time. If you were going to catch Zol, right? And as we've duo robots. As we've talked about, the way to catch these guys is to just chuck a sack over them and run away. That's a giant fucking sack, man. You'd be like Father Christmas couldn't even do that, right? He doesn't have a big enough sack. All the presents and shit, and he still couldn't fit this guy. He's a monster. Look at him. Oops, I fucked that up, but that's fine. And we should maybe give you a pot. And maybe give you a pot. And maybe give you a pot. And from there, it should be fine. I don't mind using... Oh, no. I don't mind using medium pots, because you can just buy them for gold. And I have more gold than I know what to do with, just by playing. Oh, Croz died multiple times. So yeah, I throw... Jesus. I throw the medium potions around fairly liberally. Because I can just go to the shop here and go, you know, average potions, 5 grand. I want to buy 50 of them. Cost me $250,000. I've got 5.5 million. So whatever. And because I run, as does everyone pretty much, you know, the 25% buffs, 25% gold find, you just amass gold pretty easily. So that is it. I think we were going to check something. Oh, that's what we were doing. We were checking this. Yeah. Oh, even better. So I need 180. I've got 156. So 1 legendary exchange will get me enough to upgrade this. And then that way we will have the 3 piece, which is good. And our TS will go up by about 40 or so, I think. Which will make us... near 2,900, which is not bad. I don't think we're going to get to 3k total stats because I don't think we're high enough level, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Either way, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.